Hello, my name's Mark Weber, and I've been living, living life. That's exactly what I've been doing. And, well, I'm here to reach out, I guess, to humanity. My question is, what are we gonna do? Clearly, we see all over the place and understand and are fully well aware of that we are being controlled, or at least herded, in many different categories in many different ways. My question is, how are we going to fix that? I'm not so much looking for the answer, I'm just looking for the question. Because once you attain the question, the answer follows suit, however long it takes. I still have faith that once the question, the legitimate question with the tasks at hand that we are supposed to do, we can find something simple and just in the sense not for an eye for an eye, but for if something is deserved, it will be justly given. You There will be a couple of videos that I'm going to attach to this in the same post, and one of them is about a doctor who has done studies and research on water, and has found out that basically the very reactions and the tones and the words and emotions we attach to things affects everything, because everything's made of water. 75% of the planet is filled with water. So if we have water within us, along with, of course, the other three elements necessary to sustain life, along with sunlight and all this other stuff, the very foundation of how we respond to each other and all things affects the growth and the reaction for the future. So my real question, I guess, is when are we going to stop? When are we going to stop worrying about so many things that we worry about? Take credit score, for an example. I never signed up for that. I was never told about that, at least not in, ways that it would affect my life as it does today, just because of a score that somebody else created without your knowledge. Like, you didn't go in there and sign any paper saying, create my credit score based on this. We are being controlled under a game that has been in play for a very long time, since before Rome. It's the I have the power, the law, the jurisdiction, in whatever way they present it. We accept it as proof and then just let it slide by. And there's been a lot of negativity, a lot of harm, and a lot of damage that has been caused from such. So, I mean, is it really so simple to, or is it really that hard to stop? There's a friend that I visited with the other night, and he brought up that someone he associates with who happens to originate from another country. So, the language barrier is a little bit different there. And they don't require as many words as us to fully grasp what the other person means. But she was upset because she thought someone else's how dirty looks. And it's just the expression that that person holds on his face most of the time. I can understand where she's coming from, but if we stop, if we do not see a problem, or we choose to step back and say, I do not find a problem with this, I am sure that that person is just expressing himself that way today for whatever reason. Just because our eyes happen to cross doesn't mean that whatever look he was generating was even meant for me. If we can do that for everything, take a step back and say, no, I'm not going to just jump the gun and go with whatever emotion happens first. I'm going to sit back, see where these emotions are coming from and why, and then relate it all, and then make an informed decision logically, but from the heart. What does your heart tell you? It's my mind, at least from my personal experiences, that have said, hey man, something's going on. Someone doesn't like you. And it turns out that there was never an issue in the first place. So, when are we going to stop? Nothing's really a big deal here, other than the fact that we have been controlled and herded for such a long time and it has caused so much death and destruction. But if you believe in spirit, in source, where we originate from, then we should understand that it isn't so much a big deal when we pass over. It can be hard, and for most people it will be hard, but it's part of the taking a step back and realizing, okay, why did this happen? Hey, Storm, what's up? You're pretty. Yeah, I'm talking to people eventually, maybe. Yeah. So, if we take all this into account, and we realize that we have been controlled for a long time, and then we also realize that how we treat each other affects everything, down to the very core of our emotion that we have while we are around the people that we're going to be affecting. We radiate energy, all of us do. We all have auras, we all have embodiment fields that we don't see because we only have third dimensional eyes. So we have to train a muscle, meditate, energy work, hermetics, Reiki, Qigong, martial arts, all of it's connected. My question, and I know I've been saying my question a lot, but clearly this video right here will not change anything instantly, but I hope it will get balls rolling, because when it comes down to it, if we don't take a step back and we don't stop and we brazenly charge forward with whatever emotion we do get, and you see it everywhere on the news, in person, in books, in movies, TV series, magazines, blogs. There is a lot of harm going on and a lot of ignorance. And it's not to call anyone seeing this video ignorant, but it's to ask that we all accept the truth, the blunt truth, that we have all been assholes at some point or another, and that no one is perfect, and that no one is going to hand us the keys to the vehicle to get us to the fifth dimension. What it's going to take is changing everything, because it is up to us. It's it, I had a I'm gonna relate an analogy, I guess, here. I had a friend that I was working with, a restaurant that had opened up recently in Lake Leelanau County where I live. And over the summer he drowned because it was a really windy day, and riptide took him out. And it was a very intense moment. And while they were searching for him, they released an article saying, and they didn't have his name, but we all knew who it was because we were close friends. Um, but once he had passed, A, if you think about it, we're born into such struggle right here on this planet. And we've all heard in any religion, in any language, in any way, that the other side is perfect. So that right there means that when people pass from here, I no longer look at it as sadness. I look at it as joy, because they don't have to deal with the stuff that we have here. They don't have to deal with it anymore. I don't have to hear about their struggles or their problems. I know that they will be forever happy until they come back and have to deal with whatever they have to deal with down here. So, if we just take that as a basis right there and decide to be happy for others on the other side, we also have to take a step back further and think, well, that means that it's up to us who are left with the time we still have down here to change things. Because my friend didn't have an easy life, and it sucks that it ended so young, because there is so much potential that comes with us humans. So I am praying, I am meditating, I am wishing, I am intensely thinking. I am so on the ball for this. And we need to change. All of us, myself included. I am not resisting anything. I wish I could change everything about myself every day for the better, because anything but for the better doesn't do any good. Videos and my words, and I hope that I will continue this habit that I am just now picking up.